All right, peace everybody, peace lawn care family, peace to the rest of the world. This is Richard with Cutting Up Lawncare and Development, cutting up 1 yard at a time. And today's episode, I will be talking about your first in anything. Let me repeat that. Your first in anything. So my point for saying that is your first in anything is always going to be hard, because us as human beings, we tend to work off of our habits. So your first day at the job, your first week, your first month, all of that stuff is going to be difficult to get adjusted to until you have a habit and you work that in your schedule, your day-to-day life. So I want to talk a little bit about my first year in business. So my first year in business, it started off kind of rough because, I went into it with not a lot of knowledge, but more just determination and hustle. So, I was ready for anything, whatever came my way. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to knock it out. I'm going to work through it. And, I'm going to keep it pushing because action beats ambition. And, as ambitious and goal-driven that I am also about putting that into action, because you can talk about it all day, but until you put it into action, it's just words. So my first year in business, I started with a 1994 Impala SS Super Sport that I had owned for 7 years. I think I had that thing for 7 years. And so it was already paid off. So I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect time to start my lawn care business because I don't have any vehicle payments and I can save up some money. And so my first customer, I had a push lawnmower in the trunk of my Impala SS. I didn't have no brooms, no edgers, no weed whackers, nothing. I just had one push mower, 2-gallon can of gas, and I just went at it, because the only way you're really going to learn is to go and do it. You have to get out here and fail. And a lot of people think that fail is a bad thing. Fail stands for first attempt in learning. First attempt in learning. You have to get out here and fail. You have to get out here and know what you're capable of, what your machine is capable of, because if you don't, then you're going to be in for a rude awakening. So anyway, I did that, and I decided that this is something that I could do, for long term, because I was really, really ready to get out of the employee trap. I got tired of working for other people. I hate being told what to do, especially if I think that I can do the job better than you. So I started my own business, and here we are today. And so anyway, where was I? So 94 Impala, bam. I started doing more jobs. I started getting more equipment. Home Depot is my best friend, still is, because that's where all of the cheap things are. So I figured, let me start cheap and I could just gradually upgrade. So, I started getting some Ryobi equipment with the attachments just to save some money. Still stuffing all of this stuff in the trunk of my Impala. And so things really heated up for me, I want to say March of last year. I started getting booked. Like, I was booked all the way until like 2 weeks. And so April came around, and I was getting to the point where I was like, I'm going to need some help. I'm starting to get so many customers that I'm going to need some help. And so I hired somebody, and still working out of my 94 Impala, no AC in Georgia. And we was just, we was out there getting it. His determination, he seen how determined I was to get out here and get it. So that inspired him to do the same thing. And so we was just out here getting it, and I got to a point where I was just pretty much dogging my car out. And when I say dogging it out, I mean, like, man, I'm loading this thing down with tools. And the more customers I'm getting, the more money I'm starting to make, the more I'm starting to invest in just getting other stuff. You need tools to fix your tool, your weed whackers, your tools, your lawnmowers. You need parts and stuff like that. So I'm getting all of this stuff, and still I'm stuffing it in the trunk of my Impala. And I still got my 4x6 trailer where I put my ride mower on, but all of my parts and stuff was in the trunk and sometimes in my back seat. And so it had gotten to a point where I knew the transmission was going in the Impala, and I was like, man, if I could just save up a little bit more money and buy me, get me a pickup truck. But lo and behold, as a businessman, things happen, and so the transmission went out on me, and I had a decision to make. And so my decision was, I could get the cheaper version. The cheaper route would be, I could get my Impala fixed, the transmission fixed, but I would still have the same issue of still trying to stuff all of this equipment into this trunk, and in my back seat, and trying to maybe bungee cord stuff to my 4x6 trailer. And so I made the decision to just go ahead and get a truck. So as you can see, this is what I'm sitting in now. I got a single cab Dodge Ram 1500, and it was probably the best decision I made, minus the payments, because I hate vehicle payments, but for what I do, it was definitely necessary. And the timing was kind of screwed up, but the way things are happening now, it was a good thing that I got it, and I'm glad I did. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. So now my first truck, and so all of this stuff that I stuffed into the trunk of my 94 Impala SS fits perfectly in the bed of my 1500, my Dodge Ram. So I was just sitting thinking, I took a picture one day. I was sitting thinking, like, man, I used to stuff all of this stuff into my 94 Impala. And so now things are going good. My business is growing. My first trailer, I'm starting to outgrow my first trailer. So now I'm looking at getting an enclosed trailer, just for the simple fact that it provides more security for me, and I can put all my tools inside of there. It's not open, and I can lock it up. Like, a lot of times, we'll stop at the grocery store, or at the end of the day, I might get me something to eat, stop at the grocery store so I could cook me something when I get home. And I'm always thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, man, I got this open-ended 4x6 trailer, man, and my all my stuff is in the bed of my truck. Somebody could just walk up and just take it and walk the hell off, and I wouldn't know anything about it. And my equipment is not cheap, man. Like, I know I got entry level equipment, but that shit ain't cheap. And I value that stuff, and I would be pissed if somebody just walked off with my stuff. So my next thing is to get my first. I'm looking at like maybe a 7x12 or a 7x14, so it can still fit in my garage, because the way I got things set up now is all of my equipment is on one side of my garage, and I can still park my truck on the other side, because I don't want to leave stuff out. So me having a 7x12 or maybe a 7x14 single or dual axle, maybe you guys could give me a little bit of insight on which is the best one to get. I could put all of my tools inside there, still be able to park it in the garage, and if I need to leave it outside of my garage, I can, because it's enclosed. I can lock it and things of that nature. And so yeah, this is where I'm headed, going into my second incorporated year of business. So it's growing pains. I know I'm gonna need to get better equipment, longer lasting equipment, and just upgrade everything. If I want to take it to where I think that I want my company to go, where I envision it to go, I'm gonna have to upgrade a lot of stuff. But it's a great feeling to have growing pains. It's a great feeling to have so much work. You so busy and so backed up. That's a good problem. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit with you guys. I know I was rambling on a lot, but I just wanted to share. Your first everything is going to be not hard, but it's going to be kind of difficult, because you have to fit it into your habits. Everything we do is a habit. You get up, you brush your teeth, you shower, in whatever order. You go get you some coffee, get you something to smoke, you head to work, you take a lunch, after that you go home, you make you something to eat, and then the next day you rinse and repeat. So never worry, because you'll incorporate it into your life, and if it's something that you're comfortable with, you'll be all right. So with that being said, I just want to give you guys a little bit of motivation to get out here and get it. Don't worry about what other people say, because 9 times out of 10, the people that's telling you what you can or cannot do, they've probably never done it. They just yapping. So the only way you're gonna know if it works for you is just to go do it. Go fail. First attempt in learning. So yeah, get out there and go fail. All right. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see you on the next episode. Oh yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right. Peace.